Next, nature of roots of a quadratic equation. Nature of roots of quadratic equation. So actually the nature of roots of a quadratic equation based on the coefficients of the quadratic equation. So here in the equation ax square plus bx plus c, ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Let a comma b comma c are real coefficients. If a comma b comma c are real coefficients, then what about the nature of roots of this quadratic equation? Okay, so here if they are real coefficients, actually the roots of quadratic equation are minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. Here b is real, a is real, so the nature depends on b square minus 4ac. Here b square minus 4ac is called delta. Delta is equal to b square minus 4ac. This is called the discriminant. So based on the discriminant of a quadratic equation, we decide the nature of the roots. Actually this also not only discriminant, actually discriminant depends on the coefficient. So we say that the nature of the roots depends on discriminant and also the coefficient of roots. So coefficients of the quadratic equation, please. Here if this is a discriminant where a, b, c are real, b square minus 4ac is also real number. So if any real numbers follow the law of trichotomy, what is the law of trichotomy? Here three conditions, either delta less than 0 or delta is equal to 0 or delta greater than 0. This is called the law of trichotomy, either delta less than 0 or delta is equal to 0 or delta greater than 0. Only real numbers follow these three conditions, please, not complex numbers, already I have told. If it is a real number, we say that whether it is positive or negative or 0. If it is a complex number, 2i, 3i, they are not comparable. We don't say whether this is positive or negative. Complex numbers means imaginary numbers. Imaginary numbers are not comparable. Okay, so therefore if b and a, c are real, this is a real number. Real number may follow either less than 0 or is equal to 0 or greater than 0. If it is less than 0, what happens? If b square delta less than 0, this is less than 0, root of a negative number. Root of negative is imaginary. So real plus or minus imaginary by real number. So roots are in the form a plus bi comma a minus bi. Okay, a means not this a, please, not this a. Okay, or we can say that p plus qi comma p minus qi. Just not ab. What I have used, this ab and this ab are different. Okay, so consider this as p plus qi, p minus qi, no problem. So we say that the roots are conjugate complex numbers. If delta less than 0, then the roots are in the form, one root is in the form of p plus qi, the second root is in the form of p minus qi. So we say that the roots are conjugate complex numbers. What are conjugate complex numbers? Sum and product must be real number. For example, one is 2 plus I, second root is 2 minus I. These two are conjugate complex numbers. If you add these two, we get 4, which is a real number. Product 8, 4 minus I square, 4 plus I square is equal to minus 1. So 5, which is a real number. If sum and product of two complex numbers is a real number, sum is real and product is also real, we say that they are called conjugate complex numbers. If one root is in the form of p plus qi, second root must be in the form of p minus qi. Understood? So, this is applicable, very important, real coefficients. If they are having real coefficients and delta less than 0, roots are conjugate complex numbers. Why I am stressing this? Because the questions are based on, the questions given in recent examinations based on the nature of roots. Okay? Next one. The second one is delta is equal to 0, what happens? If delta b square minus 4ac is equal to 0, so if this value is 0, root 0 is 0, minus b plus 0 by 2a is one root, and minus b minus 0, same, by 2a is the other root. So the roots are minus b by 2a, minus b by 2a, both are equal. So we say that roots are real and equal. The roots are real and equal because a is real, b is real, minus b by 2a is also real. So we say that roots are real and equal. And very important point I want to discuss. If roots are equal, what happens? See, if one root is alpha, second root is also alpha, then the equation is x minus alpha into x minus alpha is equal to 0, which is nothing but x minus alpha whole square is equal to 0. The left hand side is a perfect square, x minus alpha whole square. So I want to give a very important note here. Note, if delta is equal to 0, ax square plus bx plus c is a perfect square. If delta is equal to 0, b square minus 4ac is equal to 0, then ax square plus bx plus c is a perfect square. And some questions also will be given. For example, 2x square plus 5x plus k is a perfect square. What is the value of k? If it is a perfect square, what is the value of k? If this is a perfect square, if and only if delta is equal to 0, b square minus 4ac is equal to 0, that is 25 minus 4 into 2 into k is equal to 0, 8k is equal to 25, k is equal to 25 by 8. This is the value of k. If k is 25 by 8, this is a perfect square. Understood? So, ax square plus bx plus c is a perfect square if and only if delta is equal to 0. Next, if delta greater than 0, then what happens? If delta greater than 0, if this is greater than 0, b square minus 4ac is positive. Root of positive value is a real number. So this is real plus or minus real by real number. So therefore we say that roots are real and distinct, different. If this is positive, positive plus or minus positive by positive number. So we say that we get two different roots and both roots are real. Roots are real and distinct. Okay. So this is about the nature of the roots if a, b, c are real coefficients. Real. Okay. Next. I want to discuss if a, b, c are rational coefficients, then what happens? See here. Nature of roots if coefficients are rational. For example, if ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, is a quadratic equation. This is a quadratic equation having rational coefficients. rational coefficients. A comma B comma C are rational. The roots are minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. And here delta is equal to b square minus 4ac, which is called the discriminant. And you have to know every rational number is a real number, but every real number is not a rational number. If this is a set of rational numbers, this is a set of real numbers. Rational, real. Understood? So, every rational number is a real number, but every real number is not a rational number. Here, if this is a rational, B is rational, A is rational, C is rational, B square minus 4AC is also rational. And already this is real. So every real number follows three conditions. What are those three conditions? Either delta less than 0, or delta is equal to 0, or delta greater than 0. Three conditions, law of trichotomy. Then what about the nature of roots? Just a slight difference is there between the previous condition and this condition. See, if A, B, C are rational, B square minus 4AC is also a rational number, and root of a rational number which is negative, delta less than 0, minus 3 by 4, minus 5 by 8, these are negative rational numbers. If root of a negative number is given, this is imaginary, we say that the roots are same as the previous one, conjugate complex numbers. If one root is p plus qi, second root is p minus qi. If one root is 2 plus 3i, second root is 2 minus 3i. The roots are conjugate complex numbers, same as the previous condition, if delta less than 0. If delta is equal to 0, what happens? If delta is equal to 0, b square minus 4ac is 0, root of 0 is 0. Rational plus or minus 0 by rational. One root is minus b by 2a, second root is also minus b by 2a, where b and a are rational, b by 2a is also rational. So we say that roots are rational and equal. The roots are rational and equal. In the previous case, they are real and equal. Here, rational and equal. Based on the options given, we have to solve this type of questions, please. Questions related to real given, according to that, we have to solve. If questions given based on rational given, okay, so check the condition, rational condition, and solve. In this case also, the roots are equal. We say that same note as the previous one, that is ax square plus bx plus c is a perfect square in this case also, if delta is equal to 0. If delta is equal to 0, ax square plus bx plus c is always a perfect square, whether it is rational coefficients or real coefficients. Then, if delta greater than 0, what happens? If delta greater than 0, what happens? Here again we have two cases. One, delta is a perfect square. Second is delta is not a perfect square. If delta is a perfect square and here delta is not a perfect square, two cases arise. If delta greater than 0, this is greater than 0, which is a perfect square. For example, 4, 9, 16, 9 by 4. If it is root of 9 by 4, which is equal to 3 by 2, 3 by 2 is a rational number. So rational, we say that the roots are rational and distinct, different. The roots are rational and distinct. And if delta is not a perfect square, what happens? If this is not a perfect square, let it be 3. B square minus 4a is 3. Root of 3 is not a rational number, it is irrational number. B is rational, A is rational, but this is part is irrational. Rational plus or minus irrational by rational. So they are in the form of a plus root b comma a minus root b. We say that roots are conjugate surds. Roots are conjugate surds. For example, if one root is 7 plus root 3, second root is 7 minus root 3. Actually, if one root is 7 plus root 3, second root 7 minus root 3, if and only if coefficients are rational given. If coefficients are real given, we can't say the roots are conjugate surds, please. Okay, a very, very important point. If one root is 2 plus root 3 given, generally we say that second root is 2 minus root 3 is wrong. We have to check the coefficients. If coefficients are rational, then only we can write the second root, otherwise we can't. Okay, so here the roots are conjugate surds for a quadratic equation if and only if the coefficients are rational and delta greater than 0 and it is not a perfect square. That is the condition. If it is a perfect square, delta is a perfect square, the roots are rational and distinct. Okay, if delta less than 0, already in the previous case they are conjugate complex numbers. And if delta is equal to 0, the roots are rational and equal. In the previous case they are real and equal. So this is about the nature of roots of the quadratic equation. So see carefully, if one root is 7 plus root 3 and coefficients are real, what is the second root? We can't say. If one root is 7 plus root 3 and coefficients of the quadratic equation are rational given, we say that second root is 7 minus root 3. Okay, similarly, if one root is 2 plus 3i and coefficients are complex, what is the second root? We can't say. Because if complex coefficients given, nature of roots can be explained after finding the roots only, not based on b square minus 4ac, please. If one root is 2 plus 3i and coefficients are real given or rational given, the second root is 2 minus 3i. This is applicable. The coefficients are either rational or real. This is applicable if coefficients are only rational. So this is about the nature of roots of quadratic equation. So two cases I have discussed. One is coefficients rational and the previous case is coefficients real. Okay, next one. Then what about the signs of roots of a quadratic equation? Signs of roots of a quadratic equation. Here, the signs of roots of quadratic equation can be explained if and only if roots are real. If roots are real, then only we can find the signs of roots. Sign is applicable only for real numbers. Okay, if it is a real number, we can say whether it is negative or positive. For example, minus 3 by 2 is negative number. 0, yeah, 0. 3 by 2, positive number. For example, 3i given, this is a complex numbers or imaginary number. We can't say whether it is positive or negative. Understood? So if roots are real or rational, then we can find the signs of the roots. If ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0 is a quadratic equation, first condition where a, b, c are positive numbers, then what about the signs of roots? If a, b, c are positive, sum of the roots is minus b by a, therefore this is negative. Minus b by a, b positive, a positive, and minus is negative. And product of the roots is c by a, positive by positive is positive. Sum is negative, product is positive. Sum of two terms is negative, but product is positive. So easily we can say that both are negative roots. Both are negative. Sum is negative, product is positive if and only if both are negative roots. Negative into negative positive, negative plus negative is negative. Example, I want to give a simple example. Let it be minus 7 comma minus 3. Sum is negative, product is positive. Second condition. If this is positive, positive, negative, what is sum of the roots? Minus b by a, negative, and product of the roots c by a, also negative. Sum is negative and product is also negative when it is possible. If one root is 1 is positive and 1 is negative. And very important, to get a negative value, the bigger number having negative sign, for example, minus 7 plus 3. One is positive, other one is negative. Sum negative, product negative. Numerically biggest one having negative sign, numerically smallest one having positive sign. When if sum is a, b, c, positive, positive, negative, we say that a bigger number, bigger root having negative sign, smaller root having positive sign. Third one, positive, negative, negative. A is positive, b is negative, c is positive. Then what about sum of the roots? Minus b by a, positive. Okay, minus b by a, this is positive. And c by a, positive by positive is also positive. Sum is positive and product is also positive. So therefore we say that both are positive numbers. 7 comma 3. Sum is positive, product is also positive. And the last one, positive, negative, negative. What is sum of the roots? Minus of minus by plus. So plus. And product, negative by positive, negative. Sum is positive but product is negative. So we say that one positive root and one negative root. Same as this one. But here, to get a positive, some positive, bigger one having positive sign, smaller one having negative sign. Numerically biggest one having positive sign, numerically smallest one having a negative sign. In this case, sum is positive and product is negative. So if any equation given, for example, x square minus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0 given. Positive, negative, positive, positive, negative, positive. So both are positive roots. For this equation, the roots are 2, 3, both are positive. If options are given 2, 3, minus 2, plus 3, plus 2, minus 3, minus 2, minus 3 given. Not necessary to solve this equation, both are positive roots. Tick the answer. Okay, And I want to give a simple condition also here, not necessary to write. If roots are real and there is no change in the sign, for example, if this is a question given, for example, x square plus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0 given. Here this is positive, positive, positive. There is no change in the sign of the coefficients. If there is no change, means no positive root, both are negative. If one change is there, one positive root is there. If two changes are there, two positive roots are there. Consider this example, positive, negative, positive, positive to negative, one change, negative to positive, one change. If two changes are there, two positive roots. For example, there is a condition given, x square minus 4x plus 21 is equal to 0, minus 21 is equal to 0. Okay? Positive to negative, negative to negative, only one change is there, only one change. If one change is there, then this equation having only one positive root. Okay? One positive root. The roots are nothing but 7 comma minus 3. Okay, the roots of this equation 7 comma minus 3, sum of the roots 4 and product of the roots is equal to minus 21. So one positive root. So how many changes are there? Actually, this is applicable for polynomials also. If number of changes of signs are 5 in a polynomial equation, then it is having 5 positive roots. If only one change of sign is there, one positive root. Two changes are there, two positive roots. No changes are there, no positive roots, means negative roots. But it is applicable only for real roots. It is applicable only for real roots, not for imaginary roots, please. So this is about the nature of roots of quadratic equation. Okay.